morning and welcome to the 2022 IAAPA Expo. My name is James Leister and I'm here with AOA for a special vlog edition of Amusings. I'm going to take you inside the expo hall to talk with manufacturers and see all the new innovative ride designs and content from this year's expo. Let's take a look. Alright, here we go, IAAPA 2022, and we're off. Let's go take a look at the show floor and see what's new for this year. Here we are at Zamperla's booth with the new Lightning Train coming to Playland at P&E, which is in Canada. Now this is a weld-free train, and they took an old Intamin coaster and Zamperla has retrofitted it with an LSM launch. It should be a really interesting ride, and these restraints look super comfortable. Absolutely gorgeous coaster. Here we have the new Wild Mouse car coming to Cedar Point. This is a new freeform design from Zamperla, and it should be a super fun ride in the boardwalk section. Just look how comfortable those restraints are. Here we have Zamperla's new Super Flume ride coming to Adventureland in Iowa, part of their new integrated rides concept with a new family coaster. It should be really cool to see. All right, I'm here with Zach from Nassau. We are going to play Coaster 20 Questions. So you got a coaster in your top 10?
I do have one in mind.
Okay, here we go. Is it wooden?
No, it is not.
Is it in the United States?
No, it is not.
Is it in Europe?
No, it is not.
Is it in Asia?
It is not.
Australia?
It is not.
Is it in Canada?
Yes, it is in Canada.
Is it in Canada's Wonderland?
It is in Canada's Wonderland.
Is it higher than 150 feet?
It is much higher than 150.
Is it Leviathan?
It is.
Well, there you go. That's how you play Coaster 20 Questions. We're now here at Triotech with their Hyperride concept. This debuted at IAAPA last year. It was a really interesting small-scale dark ride, great for FECs. Now what Triotech has done is they put a motion system on top of a turntable and then put it on a track. It can have anywhere between 2 and 7 screens. One of these just opened in Clifton Hill in Niagara Falls. It's a really cool dark ride concept for maybe smaller parks or FECs. Really interesting stuff here from Triotech. Now, I didn't originally know this, but Triotech also makes motion bases, like this one for this train simulator. They also have done the Ninjago rides at Legoland, which are really fun rides that use gestures. Alright, we're here at the SBF Visa booth on the floor. They have a fun with the airplanes. You get a little joystick in the middle of your seat, and you can control the rotation of the plane. In addition, SBF Visa also has their spinning coaster here. Oh, looks like it was bought by Tweetsie Railroad. How exciting! Hello, I'm here with Adam Sandy of Zamperla. It's good to see you.
You too, you too.
Welcome to IAAPA. This is great. I'm really excited about everything Zamperla is doing in the industry, especially their integrated coasters concept. Could you tell us a little bit more?
What we're really working on is kind of creating our great ride portfolio that we have and putting that with coasters. So like at Adventureland next year, we have our new Super Flume, and that's going with our Junior Coaster 400. So it's a concept that works really well, you know, really targets a 36 and 42 inch demographic, really family friendly, and it's a lot of capacity in small footprints. We're getting almost 2,000 people per hour in a ride setup like that.
That's really exciting. Next, I want to talk about your new Lightning Train. Zamperla has developed an LSM launch and has retrofitted another coaster track with an LSM launch in this brand new coaster. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Yeah, no, we're super excited about this. You know, the Lightning Train has been in development since 2019. We brought the prototype here that year to IAAPA, but now we've moved on and we actually have the real vehicle that's going to go to P&E next year. And so, yeah, for that one, we actually had a used coaster. We're keeping the tracking columns, and then we're providing the new lightning train, LSM system, control system, and electrical on that ride. And so we're excited because the lightning is really different, I think, from a lot of other trains here. The big difference is the aluminum milled chassis. And actually, that means you don't have a lot of welds on it. It's all billeted aluminum. So when you think about maintenance and maintenance costs, it really changes the cost metrics for taking care of a coaster on an annual basis. And that's why I think a lot of people are looking at our system as a new solution for their park.
That's really exciting. I'm super excited to see these projects open up next year in the coming years. Thank you very much for your time, Adam, and have a good rest of IAAPA.
Thanks so much.
Now for my favorite part of IAAPA, mini melts. Of course, I had to get my favorite, cookies and cream. Well, here we are at the Intamin booth where they're showing off their newest ride vehicle. This is for Arctic Rescue at SeaWorld San Diego. They're also building a version of this called Dar Coaster at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. And I think it's going to be a really exciting attraction for SeaWorld San Diego. I'm here at my favorite vendor at IAAPA. This is Bob's Space Racers. Their new innovation for last year was these games that do not need an operator. You can just put money in and play the game. They have Balloon Blast, Bowler Roller, they have Atom Up, and they have Bazooka Blast. Now, these are really good for FECs that already operate arcades, and they can just add these games to add to their facility. Bob's Space Racers' claim to fame is actually Whack-A-Mole. Their facility is located on Whack-A-Mole Way out in Daytona Beach. I win! I also came across this live Twister game for arcades. It's a really cool concept where you have to put your hand on the lighted pads and you can play with up to 4 people and you could get quite tangled. It looks really interesting. And now we come to another one of my favorites here at IAAPA, the Ripley's Believe It or Not Guinness World Record booth. A Guinness World Record certified judge here, and he is doing attempts for the longest coin spin ever. Really cool. So here we are at Kiteman Productions. They make kites, and they made the kites for Kite Tales over at Animal Kingdom. And I think they did Epcot Forever at Epcot as well, the kites with the jet skis. Hello, I'm here with Drayton of Kiteman Productions. They made the kites for Kite Tales. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we produce kite shows, and we've done a lot of work for the Disney parks and lots of other municipalities around the world in the last 30 years. It's not just kite shows, but we make kites, we develop our own lighting technologies, we do a lot with pyrotechnics. A lot of times we're working alongside fireworks displays or events like that, so we involve the pyrotechnics on our kites because of that. And we also make custom fabric products and print anything you want on feather banners and other kinds of fabric applications.
Very cool. Do you have a favorite project that you worked on?
We've done so many cool projects. I have one of the greatest jobs in the whole world, flying kites professionally for this company and traveling around the world. We did Epcot Forever was one of my favorite projects that we ever worked on, but as far as short-term projects, we did one in Dubai about 5 or 7 years ago. It was a really good time, and just experiencing the world in a different way and showing people kites, a lot of color. It was a lot of fun.
Very good. Well, thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of IAAPA.
Thanks, James. It was good talking to you.
Thanks. Here we are at the Great Coasters International booth here at the IAAPA Expo. Great Coasters International makes these wonderful wood coasters with Infinity Flyer trains. You can see all the padding in the seat there. It almost feels like you're riding on a pillow when you're in these trains. They have a bunch of different concepts with Titan Track, which allows for inversions on wood coasters like this one here. All right, well, what seems to be the smash hit of the IAAPA Expo is the condiment cow with 4 different condiments. You see this at several amusement parks already with Knoebels, but you can see that you just squeeze the udder, for lack of a better term, there, and the condiment comes out. It's absolutely one of the coolest condiment dispensing machines on the market. All right, here we are at the Skyline Attractions booth here at IAAPA. They just announced Trail Runner, which is a new coaster concept. It is a very low-to-the-ground terrain coaster, a family coaster of sorts. It looks really, really cool, and I think it uses their Pescetti Bowl track. And speaking of that, they have just announced that they can add LED lights to their track. How cool does that look? I mean, all right, we're here at Rocky Mountain Construction's booth where they have the lead car for Wildcat's Revenge at Hershey Park. If you didn't tell, there's a Hershey Kiss sitting on top of the Wildcat's head. But this is going to take the old Wildcat coaster and make it a new steel hybrid coaster from Rocky Mountain Construction. It's going to be really cool. It looks like it's going to be about 140 feet tall, 4 inversions, 62 miles an hour, and an 82-degree job. So here at Whitewater West, they have their model of a slide wheel. It's like a Ferris wheel, but a water slide. You go in one end and come out the other. And it's a nice long experience. They actually have one of these at Mount Olympus. They have a icon tower. I think this is being built in the UAE somewhere. It's just a giant mass of twisted water slides. Lastly, they're showing off their new flume design, which looks really, really cool. All right, so I'm here at the Pro Slide booth. I was actually just told that this water slide over here, they won a Brass Ring Award for. This is at Splashaway Water Park in Texas. Now, they've done quite a number of other things. You probably know them from Krakatoa at Volcano Bay and most of the other Volcano Bay slides. There's also Cheetah Chase at Holiday World. They also did Holiday World's 2 water coasters, Mammoth and Wildebeest. Stuff from Soaky Mountain Water Park outside of Pigeon Forge near Dollywood, and many, many other things. Pro Slide is kind of the name brand in the water slide business. Alright, so Jen and I here just took a spin on Mock Ride's new FEC concept, which is basically a flying theater on a ride system that can be moved around from FEC to FEC. There's no ground connections. What did you think, Jen?
I really enjoyed it. It was surprisingly very smooth, much smoother than most motion-based. It really did feel like you were in a big flying theater. And I really liked that it's very compact, and as the engineer we were talking to said, there are no anchors to the facility, so you could literally just pick it up with a forklift and take it wherever you need.
Yeah, I agree with Jenna here. The motion was incredible. It really felt like I was riding Voletarium at Europa Park, which is the media that was in there. Of course, the media is interchangeable, all licensed by Mock Ride. So overall, a very cool concept here at IAAPA Expo. All right, now we're here at Garner Holt Productions. Now, Garner Holt makes lovely animatronics for Disney and Universal and Hershey Park. They are showcasing Grogu. Look how cute he is. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that. This is footage from Vortex's Dream Tunnel. Vortex is a company that mainly specializes in splash pads and other equipment for water parks. But this is their concept to integrate into lazy rivers or family raft slides to add a bit of pizzazz to the ride. The visuals are really cool. It's really interesting what they do with water screens and smoke and LEDs. And it's a really interesting concept that I hope to see water parks add in the future. Alright, here we are at the Vekoma booth with the lead car for Big Bear Mountain, announced for Dollywood next year. It's a triple launch coaster with onboard audio, and the trains look absolutely fantastic. Look at that detail. Also at the Vekoma booth is a model for their tilt coaster. This coaster comes out onto a platform that tilts vertically downward. It's called Circuit Breaker. It's going to open at Caudaland in a couple years. 131 feet high. This is This would be absolutely terrifying with that tilting down. Here we are at Soaring Eagle Zip Lines, which is actually now altitude rides and attractions. And they have this Hammerhead ride, which is a drop tower that you can pick different modes. You see there, half bounce, slow bounce, and then they also have the fast rides too. I think it's perfect for FECs or even larger parks with larger capacity. This would be pretty cool. And that will do it from this year's IAAPA Expo. Thanks for coming along with me through all of the vendors and all of the emerging technology. I really enjoyed making this video. And if you would like more Musings content and content from AOA, please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. And click the notification bell to get notifications when we post new content. Again, thanks for coming along. See you next year.